Welcome to my channel, and this channel was created to empower you with the skills about the basics of managing money. I've been discussing a lot of topics, so if you want to catch up with my previous videos, please do so that you can know where we are at and that you can be able to catch up with the subjects we've been talking about. Today we're going to look at talking about budgeting for the wants. There's one video I talked about the wants versus the needs, and today we're going to look at the wants and how you can incorporate them into your budget. My name is Jane N. Hughes, and I am the author and publisher of The Basics of Managing Money. Keep it simple to build savings.
Here we go.
Money, money, making crap for money. Money, and money, money, making crap for money. Money, yeah.
So when I talk about the wants, I did elaborate earlier in my previous video, and I said there are those things you really want to do, but they are not a necessity or they are not a must. You can live without them. However, we still want to enjoy our lives while we are still managing our money, and this is where you have to incorporate it into your budget so that every now and then you can actually do the things you really wish and want to do. I'll give an example. You might be wanting to take a trip overseas, and knowing that Australia is so far away from everywhere else, it takes a bit of time and money, and therefore if you do not have money, then you end up going to the bank to get a loan to enable yourself to finance that trip. You don't have to do that, because when you're doing your budget, you can incorporate it so that you can be able to do those projects like traveling. So how are you going to achieve this want? Like the one we've given an example of going for a trip overseas. The first thing you have to realize is if you want something, you do not have to get it there and then. You will need dedication, and it will also need time. To achieve this, then you have to look at it as a long-term project. For example, my husband and I really wanted to go to Antarctica because we thought that was a lifetime trip and both of us wanted to do it. However, we live within our budget, and within that budget, we realized that we could not raise the amount of money which was needed to go to Antarctica at the time because it was expensive. So I sat down and I realized that if I put away like $100 every other week, then that way I can be able to build up the money, and eventually we'll have the money to go to Antarctica. And we planned for a 2-year plan so that within 2 years we'll be able to go and travel. So if you want your want, you can still achieve it, but it does not have to be prompt. You have to be able to plan and wait for it. So if you are definite that you really want to take that trip, or you want to do another project which is major or smaller but you don't have the money, then you must put a plan in place. Again, like I said, you put your wants in the budget, whether you have the money or not. Like we said before on the tips on how you can be able to save money, you still have a little bit of money here and there to be able to put in. So where and how do you save this money? What you do is make a habit of putting away some money every week. And in this case, open a new account. It doesn't matter how many accounts you have, you can open as many as you need or as many as you have your projects. And once you finish and your projects have been accomplished, come back and close the account down. If you're one of those people who do not like seeing money because there is money there, open an account which restricts you from touching that money. Also get into a habit that when the money comes into your account, like salary or your income, divert the amount you're going to put into that account, just direct into that so that you're not tempted to use that money. if your project have achieved what you really want, then you come back and you close that project. Its work and cycle is finished. You might have a little bit of money which is maybe left from that project. If there is any money, just put that money into savings so that it can make interest for you. Go back to your budget and have a look at what other want you had planned for. If there is any, then you can rename that account and start the cycle again for another new project. And that is the basics of managing money. Please like, follow, and subscribe. And I would really like to know what you think down on the comments so that I know whether these videos are helping you in one way or the other. And I'll see you in my next video.